Every Sunday
for 60 minutes.
We are free. Sharing passion. Pushing
the limits.
This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
From the twists and turns of mighty Mount Panorama to the cold green pastures of Donington Park, from the sizzling heat of Valencia to the famous Brickyard at Indianapolis, reaching an unforgettable climax at the notorious green hell of the Nürburgring Nordschleife, it's time for Season 3 of the 2024 New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Join us live on Twitch, Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Drivers, start your engines. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to Donington Park, the oldest circuit in British motorsport, and
Emotional, damn it!
a place that's very close to my heart. We'll get into that later. There's some vicious rumors out there about Donington and my heritage, but anyway, we'll deal with that. The qualifying period has just begun here. Let's bring in our team of broadcasters this evening. Obviously myself, Milo the First, hello, and Chris Turner and Philip Whelpcakes Milwee. What's up, guys? Good evening.
What's going on? Oh, hello.
Welcome to Donington Park.
Yep. You said it's the oldest? Man, 1902?
1931
was the first motor race, but
yes.
It's been owned by a family, or like the estate was on like estate grounds from like a British family since 1902. This is wild stuff. I'm reading about circuit history.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Has hosted the Monsters of Rock, which became the Download Music Festival as well. I've had the pleasure of going to it several times when I was growing up, and that was in the infield there. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, Donington Park, great place. It's a really great place. Rumor has it I was conceived here.
Oh.
Here or
okay.
Brands Hatch.
I was just going to ask if you ever done coke here, but...
No, I haven't.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Okay.
I'm asking the tough questions, man.
Yeah, he's not holding back, chat. He's not holding back.
Well,
hello out there in the Twitch chat as well. Sorry to cut you off, Welt, but last week I didn't say hello till about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes in. So I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive with the chat tonight.
I mean, you're just the consummate professional, so it's great to be in your presence and watch a real pro do this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Ryan, if you're in the Twitch chat, can we get 75 off the track, please?
Oh, we have
I don't know that he has been informed that he has been placed and is no longer in the red badge qualifying.
So to circle back to the history here and the fact that your origin story may actually begin at Donington. It would be fascinating to know if at any point in time you could kind of like figure out like what corner.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Then perhaps they could rename it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, no, I'm gonna rename it. Like it's
I
gonna
see.
be from here on out. It's like when people are gonna go through that corner, I'm gonna be like, okay, so this is Paul Miles' corner, and it's like they're like, who's Paul Miles? And I'm like, you don't know Paul Miles?
The legend of Paul Miles in this corner.
Oh man, this is good stuff. It's good stuff. I love watching you guys in particular at New World race at Donington because of like all of the like the ACC based communities that I've been around since like the beginning, right? You guys have always had very sizable grids, and Donington is absolute chaos with a lot of cars, and I just love to watch it.
You heard that,
So-
chat? Sizable grid.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's not about. I mean,
It's
Chris,
not
like,
average. It's not
Chris,
adequate.
I need you to be. I need you to
Sizable.
be modest, Chris. I know it's gonna be hard, but I need you to be modest.
You know what, as well, and it is sizable tonight. There's 30 drivers, so we had a
See, that's nuts.
yeah. We had
That's big
yeah,
for GT3 on a track like this.
it is
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of trouble keeping up with the action tonight.
Yeah, the update for chat is we only have 4 people out on track right now qualifying. We only have 4 red badges left.
Yeah.
And these are people who have either been involved in some incidents in the first 2 races. We don't know like where they would have normally finished. The 999 car is brand new to the series. We just added him as well.
Belchior Neto, yeah, coming in the BMW number 999.
Yeah, so we moved a couple people around from like silver to gold, and then we placed a bunch of the old initiation drivers into either gold or silver, you know, wherever we felt that they would fit. So that's why there's not very many red badges left. We are moving towards a 2-split system.
Indeed, yeah. And it's exciting. We're moving forward with the plan.
It's all coming together.
It is, yeah. 999, the car number of choice for Neto here. Interestingly enough, that is the number you dial for emergency services in England. Not sure if it's linked to today's race, but I'm making that connection myself.
I mean, he has is that a UK flag that he's running there?
It
So
is,
it might
yeah,
be.
yeah. Union
It could
Jack,
be.
yeah, could be. He's a proper British person. He uses the Union Jack. I always went with the St George's flag, England only.
Oh,
I know.
an elitist.
An elitist, yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Gabriel,
you just want to know. You want everybody to know the flag of the conqueror,
that's right. Yeah,
right? Gotcha.
that's right. I see in chat we do have someone shouting out Multi-Tap Racing. Gabriel Daher out there representing Multi-Tap right now in the red badge split. As Chris said, only 4 drivers remain needing to be put into a silver or gold split. And
Hello there.
today might be the day that we finally get that done. So,
Yeah,
Joe-
we actually have Daher and Galbinski are both multi-tap drivers.
oh,
Which are 2 of the ones left in the initiation. All the rest of them have been placed.
Eduardo, apologies. I'm sorry. I did know that.
Yeah, he was in the pit, so
Galbinski, yeah, number 23. Ferrari out there. Man, I'm pumped for this week, guys. Like Welp said, Donington can be chaotic, can be chaotic, whatever you prefer. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one.
it's going to be a blast. I mean, if we can make it through a clean lap 1 with the chicane and stuff like that, I think we'll be fine. You know, everybody kind of find their pace, find their groove. It's going to be an optimum track. It's going to be a little bit on the chilly side. We do have, you know, quite a bit of cloud cover, so tire warmth, trying to keep those things, you know, the temperatures up is going to be a bit of an issue. So
Wow, it's
I'm
very
interested
nice.
to see like how these guys deal with the grip levels, because I know last week we where were we even at? We were at Silverstone last week. We just had optimum, you know, and we had a lot of traction issues last week, especially in the Mustangs. So
Yeah.
with it being cold today, like I'm interested to see.
Shout out to Joby coming in with the 18-month sub to the channel.
Oh man, Joby could have 2 babies by now.
I know, right? Contributing as always to Faris's Beer and Pizza Fund.
That's right.
The ironic thing about that, for those that don't know, is Faris doesn't drink or eat pizza. So
That's right.
there you go.
So
Go on. Well, sorry.
So he doesn't eat pizza at all?
I don't know. I'm guessing not, because he's been on a health kick. He's not here to defend himself either. He's traveling, so
That's right.
yeah, he will
Well,
not
that's
be
the
on
best
track.
time to talk about him, right?
I guess it is.
I mean,
yeah.
you punch when they can't punch back, right?
That's
how
right.
it-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want to punch with Ferris because he's getting in shape and like he's out there swimming all the time and trimming down, and he's gonna get swole here before long.
Indeed. Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, as soon as he's gone is when I mess up the server and we have to restart it like 15 minutes before the race starts. Just absolute baboonery.
It's all good. It's all good. Galbinski here was on a lap, runs a little wide, and yeah, let's take a look at the track map as the red badges remaining do finish up their quali session, and it'll be over to the silvers. Looking at the track map here, we'll do a live lap with Welt later, as we've been doing. I feel like it's a popular feature amongst the fans, the feedback I've been getting at least, which is none, but you know, it sounded good, right?
Yeah.
It
I
sounded
believe
good. Yeah. Okay. So turn 1 is Redgate according to our map, and Welt will as well correct us later if we need it. So through turn 1, sweeping right-hander. So awkward, deceptive corner actually can be quite tricky to navigate at speed. Down the hill through 2 and 3, really fun part of the track. The Craner curves into the old hairpin at 4. Fast right-hander, my favorite corner on the circuit. That one. Through Starkey's Bridge, 5 and 6, into McLean's at 7 at the top of the hill, and then Coppice at 8, down Starkey's Straight to the S's, which is a chicane that everybody loves or hates equally, into the Melbourne hairpin at turn 11, and then Goddard's turn 12, sweeping back onto the straight, the Wheatcroft Straight, at the very short pit lane here at Donington.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Good.
Yeah, what do you guys think? What's your highlights of this circuit?
I'll let you go first, Chris.
I mean, turn 1, I blow turn 1 all the time. I still don't know the line. The thing they're going to have to keep in mind is when the pit cycle's going on, you know, because everybody wants to move left into the pit exit lane to get, you know, a better run through turn 1. And we've had some incidents with that before, so we harp on people to respect the pit exit lane, especially, you know, midway through the race, but, you know, for the most part at all times. So, I mean, are we going to have an incident? We got, what'd you say, 30 some odd cars on track?
Yes, sir. We're down to 29 right now, so somebody may have disconnected.
No,
But
I'm back.
come back. Well, any thoughts on the track in particular? Anywhere that stands out to you?
There's so many good parts. Just so many good parts. It is a little sad that we're not getting, you know, really like that sprinkle of Britishness on the weather, because it would be a lot of fun to see a little bit of moisture. It would be Donington. Moist Donington is the best Donington.
And the most dangerous.
as you might know, being conceived here. Anyway, I think Sector 1 is a pretty impressive place. I really enjoy the downhill run through Hollywood and Craner curves into the old hairpin, especially in wet weather. It is the cars get really floaty and really slidey, especially when you get towards Craner curves. Just the constant like change in direction. I do think we're going to see some battles probably into McLean's. McLean's is one of those nice overtake areas because everybody wants to sweep over to the left after kind of like taking the wide line through Schwartz. The problem is that when they start getting side by side, it creates a nice 2x2 dynamic or side-by-side dynamic going into McLean, so I'm interested in that. Coppice is another corner similar to what Chris was talking about with Redgate. you can totally blow the entry into Coppice because it's an uphill braking zone. People get like really confident, and then when they start fighting, they translate that confidence into I can brake later, but you might not, and might go a little too deep into Coppice, which will totally wreck your time going down Starkey Straight.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm interested to see, are we going to get anybody that is brave enough to send it in the Fogarty S's?
We will.
So
We will.
Oh,
I bet
100%.
you we will. Yeah.
brave, stupid, same. I don't know.
It is a thin line.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. The S is there, obviously linked to motorbike racing. Lots of motorbike racing still to this day at Donington. If you're ever in the area, it's worth a look. Really good fun. Good day out. I lived a lot closer to Brands, so I went there way more often.
So our first silver times are coming in.
Mhm.
We've got Ryan Cody currently on top of 27.6. And then Landon Wall in his Honda Team Temp livery.
Very purple and white. I quite dig it. I'm not going to lie. I kind of dig this livery.
Yeah, the satin finish really makes it stand out.
Belchior Neto with the follow in chat. Thank you. We see you out there. That's Neto from the 999 car. Currently sitting provisionally fourth on the grid in the BMW. His first race with us, so in the initiation split. We didn't really talk about the times for the red badges either. So Daha with a 26 flat, which is a really good time here. Mosley with a 26.1 and Galbinski with a 26.2. So really solid. And Neto not far behind with a 26.6. So good lap times from the 4 red badges today.
Yeah, I mean, we could be looking at 3 or 4 more gold drivers when it's
Absolutely.
all said and done.
Absolutely. Bruce Hopkins out there, 27.9 so far. So Silver's just getting going, really. They're a couple of laps in now. And we'll be starting to think about getting down their fastest lap. That
AMC
sound
and
effect took me by surprise. So I don't know if you guys hear the sound effects that play on the
Not.
stream.
No, we do
Okay.
not.
I do not. I'm deafened to that right now. Am noticing some improvements. Arlene Santos is up 0.8.
Yeah, another
Nicholas,
multi-tap driver.
Yep. So Nick Harshbarger up 0.8. And Justin Moffat is also starting to find some time as well.
The Muff. Good to see him out there as always.
Indeed.
Yeah, so Santos crosses the line, climbs to P12 for now with a 128.6. We've got, Harshbarger up a second right now. Just entering sector 3, coming down to the S's in that McLaren.
Yeah, Landon Wall's got 8/10 as he goes through the first hairpin. He lost about a 1/10.5 on the exit. See if he can pick up any more here in the final hairpin.
Now, I don't know about you, but you were talking about not really understanding the line through Redgate. For me, that is the Goddard hairpin. I do not for the life of me understand how to break into that corner. And look at that, already cutting someone off on pit exit.
Here we go.
And then Carmen. Anyway, always overshoot the braking zone at the Goddard hairpin without fail.
Yeah, Harshbarger put himself into P10 with a 127.8. And sorry, Chris, you were saying Joey.
Yeah, Joey jumps to P7 with a 27.3.
Yep.
Solid
He
last.
He is still not driving a vet.
Yeah, still wishing he was in a Corvette.
Yep. Yep.
One of the Cheeto Hondas. Looks like we're missing Rados this evening.
Rados is at a golf tournament, a club championship.
Wow.
Okay.
So we wish him well.
We're also missing Danny. Oh, Danny
yes,
Boyd.
Danny is got some stuff going on. Posted earlier in the Discord that he wasn't going to be around, so
So a chance for someone else to shine this evening.
yeah. Check our announcement.
Is it okay at this point? Can we want to take a look at the timing? Make sure that I understand before I call somebody out. Are we safe to call out Pete Hutchings? Is he not here again this week?
I don't see him.
No Hutch again. Yeah, so we're still only
Good grief.
Yeah, only a
Can
lone
somebody call
Audi.
Hutch's wife and see if he can come out and play.
The lone Audi there of Carl Big in the pits. His teammate elusive once again. His Audi teammate.
Can you call him a teammate if they haven't showed up?
No, I was just trying to,
He just has
Soften the blow.
He has a
Soften the
spare
blow.
car in the garage.
It's a great shot of the wall there by the cameraman. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Patrick Amon out there. I didn't know if he was going to put a lap in. He did leave it a little late to leave the pits, but he's out on track right now, and we'll need to finish this lap sharpish and get a valid one down. And we have Austin Wall out there tonight. He's opting to not qualify. So with the Calgary Flames livery on his Honda, another Honda to the grid there.
Ryan Cody's gonna jump to P7. Displaces Muff.
Yeah, Ryan in there with a 27-2. Two silvers in the 26s currently. That's Kesslin with a 26-7 and Kahoot with a 26-9. Go on, Welp. You were gonna say?
I can't recognize this Ryan Cody figure. He's not in a Lexus, so I'm confused.
Ryan does like to drive the outliers, Lexus, Nissan, Jag,
Well, the Pink Daddies drove
Mercedes,
the GTR, and then Ryan went and drove the Big Macho Mercedes, and then came back to the GTR.
Joey Maletti climbs above Ryan to P7 with a 27.115. So a good lap from Joey there. Puts himself back third currently on the grid in the silver split.
Will we see a recurrence or maybe some payback from Ryan for the admin abuse last week at Silverstone?
Maybe
when Joey unceremoniously rear-ended and dumped him?
Moffat was up 3/10 coming into the hairpins. Lost a couple. Let's see if he can gain them back on the last corner of the lap. It doesn't. He did get about half of it back, and it will jump him above Joey, and above who'd just gone above Ryan again. And so Moffat up to 7th now with a 27 flat in the Mustang.
Yeah, we didn't see it, but Nick Kohout snuck himself into the 26s.
It's Heslin coming into the pits. I wonder what that wall was the cameraman kept showing. So it's the entrance to the pit lane. Got it. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the cameras here. The cameras here at Donington are pretty bad.
It kept showing this one patch of wall, and I'm like, there must be something, important about that piece of wall, and it's the pit entry.
That's the highest paid cameraman right there. He's just watching that angle.
Eamon did get his lap in. He got his one-shot qualifying. Put himself P10 currently.
Nice 27.5. Yep. Not too bad. So the gold split out there tonight. The usual suspects. We're missing a couple, and that is open the door for some other drivers to maybe get themselves a race win. I know Carl will be interested. I mean, he hasn't had a ton of Donny practice this week. He did practice. Him and I did a Bathurst 6-hour yesterday, and I think that took up most of his week practice time. So we'll see how much he's squeezed in today at Donny.
Yeah, I think Zach Heish is licking his chops right now.
Yeah, he's looked very strong so far in that number 64 Honda.
I mean, I don't see Danny. We don't have Rados. We don't have Mike Jackson.
Oh, no opportunity for Ford in the podium. No.
Well, Dylan Beveridge is in the Ford. He's a gold driver. I mean, he's fast. We're missing Mark Robeson, who just got promoted to gold as well.
So no longer the barrier.
No longer the
gold.
barrier. Barrett
Now in the gold.
Yeah, Barrett, Bruno, and Mark Robeson all got moved up to gold.
So maybe they could like fight and determine who's going to be at the bottom of gold, and then the bottom of gold person can be like the you shall not pass when people are going from silver.
There you go.
And here's Bruno in the Bentley tonight, which I'm told has minus 40 kilos at Donington in the LFM Bob. So that Bentley could be a handful today for some other cars to deal with.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Minus 40 kilos. So does it like normally have like a body in the trunk? Is that what the to zero it out? Like what? Like minus 40 kilos? Hello.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we'll see how Bruno does, having been promoted to gold. Here he is, and obviously representing Multi-Tap Racing. They are represented at every level of New World Sim Racing. They've arrived en masse this season, Chris.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I mean, we had Bruno started out with us last season.
Yep.
Excellent driver, super nice guy, very, very respectful. And then he was like, hey fellas, we're taking over now. And here they are. I mean, if you look at the top of the timing sheet right now, I mean, there's a multi-tab driver on the top of the timing sheet. There's one in third. You know, these guys are here and they are fast.
Oh yeah, 26 flat is a great lap. German was the highest gold with a 26.9, but Louis Castro has gone in with a slightly lower 26.9 in that Aston Martin. Good to see Luis out there. And Carl Big in the Audi with a 26.7. 6 minutes to go, so plenty of time to get a couple more laps in for the gold split.
So with the multi-tab drivers kind of like making an appearance on the scene, is that where the 40 kilos from the Bentley came from? Did the trunk lid pop open and all the multi-tab guys just come out and say hello and start driving?
They were hanging out in there and they pulled a couple Ferraris out of the trunk of the Bentley.
Yeah.
They're like, all right guys, let's go.
It's Chris Moses we're riding on with now as he's finishing off sector 3. He's gone around the hairpin. He's up almost 9 tenths at the moment into the last hairpin, and we'll see what kind of time this gives him, but it is going to definitely bump him up to 4th overall fastest with a 26.3. So great lap from Moses there. Bruno,
yeah, he was very unhappy with his performance last week at Silverstone. Felt like he didn't have very good control of the car, so hopefully he has a better race this week.
Indeed, and as it stands, 3 red badges topping the grid. So, yeah.
Yep.
Could be some additional golds on the horizon here.
There's Mr. Moses' Twitch channel if you want to go give him a follow.
Excellent.
Wish him good luck.
And Zach Heish, the lip licker, as Chris called him earlier.
He's a chop licker.
yeah.
Licking his chops.
It's getting increasingly creepy in here. Okay, all right.
Listen, I'm not one to judge what a man wants to lick.
Yeah.
You lick whatever the heck you want to.
That it's really escalating now.
It's 2024. You can lick whatever you want to, with consent.
He goes 10th fastest with a 26.8. So, man, some drivers have come out to play here at Donington. Is Joby out there in the Aston, Hurt Your Eyes Aston. He's was really up and down on the Aston this week. Was considering switching cars. I talked to him about it yesterday, and he was looking at different cars, trying different things. He did put in a very good lap time in practice here at Donny as well. Obviously, he's stuck with it, but yeah, don't be surprised if we see a car change on the horizon for Joby.
Well, my question was going to be, is he up and down on it because he doesn't do practice laps during the week?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that Aston it's an acquired taste.
He's constantly in the bayou.
He is in the bayou a lot. Yeah, we have a lot of Hunt Showdown players.
Okay.
Barrett. Let's get Barrett on the screen there in the number 87 Nissan GTR. Beautiful livery. And he's currently with the 126.8, up 3/10, almost 2.5. Maybe he's dropping a little bit of time as he comes down straight to the S's.
Have you seen Barrett's tramp stamp?
Are we talking in-game or IRL?
Both.
Okay.
No, if you want to give me a little picture-in-picture real quick.
Yeah, let's. Hang on. That would be.
It's an Easter egg, if you
Okay,
will.
you can hold, please. I didn't set that up at all. So
You set it up.
No, that
Are we? What am I? Here's the thing. I think I know. I think he's supposed to be flexing, right? Right.
it's not working.
But
We're gonna discuss.
I'm gonna.
It's not working.
I'm gonna
Oh.
say that anybody
on.
just like looking at it for the first time might ask the question like, is that a violation of toss there? Like, have you
Wait, where did
you guys?
Barrett go?
Where'd he go? He's gone.
He disappeared.
He termed to service himself.
No, like
did.
he's
Right off
not
the
in
track.
he's not in the server anymore.
He just
Oh.
dipped. He
I
could.
was on-
It was my criticism. I should have been nicer. Sorry, guys.
I am looking at the replay screen, guys. Just trying to fix that up. Give me a second. Sorry about the delay. Oh, okay. I think we've got it now. I do think we've got it now. Let's go combine. And no, we don't. It shows in studio mode, it shows it working.
Interesting.
Are you doing a wellness check on him there,
Does it- Does it
Ryan?
need to be like refreshed or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's showing it because you're looking at Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm seeing it on the studio mode, but when I switch in actual broadcast cam, we're not getting anything. So,
Oof.
oh, now I am on the full replay screen. Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Let's go combine. Yeah, on the
So we
combined
can only
one,
do
it's not
replays
working.
if they're full.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Which
not
means
sure.
We can't do T1 cam.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, guys, but I'll play around with that in the background here whilst trying to keep up with the action before the race starts. So I might be able to take care of that, Chris. Let me twiddle some buttons this end.
Twiddle, whatever you want to.
That sound. It's 2024.
Currently, Zach. Just gonna pull it over. I think he was down on his lap or he invalidated in the chicane.
Luis Castro and David Funk still positive.
Yeah, we're back. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix some things this end, guys. So
Wait,
technical.
Did Luis just disappear?
No, I show Luis there. He's up almost half a second right now.
Correct. Yep.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Might be able to maybe sneak past David Funk there.
Indeedy. It does. And Luis with the customary into the wall finish.
Oh, yeah.
So Luis with a
Up to
P7.
7. Yeah. Good showing.
All right. So yeah, we'll I may not be able to do turn one cam. I don't know why, because the replay, I can do full replays, Chris, so just let me know on that score. But as far as the side-by-side, for some reason, that's not working. But
Interesting.
not sure why. Well, I'll have to fix that, probably not on stream. So
And of course,
Oh
it
my God,
broke whenever
Captain.
Ferris wasn't here.
of course it did, yeah. Yeah, we've only made one change, and that was just to the overall output of the stream, so it shouldn't have affected anything else. These things happen. Technology. There's that lovely pit wall again. I love it.
Yep. Yes, the internet was indeed a mistake.
Alrighty. So
I mean, at least we can still do the grid walk.
We can do the grid walk, yes. Just blame the two-stroke, says Jade. I can't. It's too long ago. Did Barrett make it back in? Or did he lose everything? I think he lost everything.
Got you a follower there, Rue Paper Scissors.
I don't see him.
Is that a cool name?
Yeah, Rue Paper Scissors. Thank you. Welcome.
Ryan said Barrett DC'd, but he's on his way back.
Okay.
Barrett says no.
Barrett says no. Alrighty. Let me know when you're ready, Chris, and I'll switch to the full replay scene.
Sorry, I was reading Twitch shit.
We got a minute 40 to do the grid walk.
That's fine. Just read faster.
I'll do my best, but that's when the mistakes happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
All
right, let's go to the grid. So Gabriel Daher in P1 in the Ferrari with Nick Mosley alongside him, also in the Ferrari. Zach Heish at number 3 in the Honda with Galbinski in the Ferrari at 4. Moses in the Aston at 5. Big in the Audi at 6. Louis Castro in the Aston at 7 with Castaldini in the Bentley at 8. Neto at 9 in the BMW with Lukey in the Porsche at 10. Beveridge at 11 in the Mustang with Heslin in the Nissan GTR at 12. Joby in the Aston at 13 with German in the Ferrari at 14. Guzman J in the Honda at 15. Nick Cahoot in the Aston at 16. Funk all the way from Funky Town in the Lambo at 17 with Peremba in the AMG at 18. Moffat 19 in the Mustang. Militi in the Honda at 20. Cody in the Nissan at 21. Eamon in the Ferrari at 22. Hopkins in the McLaren at 23. Landon Moore in the Honda at 24. Harshbarger also in the McLaren at 25. Santos in the Aston at 26. Guzman C in the Aston at 27. Miller in the BMW at 28. And Austin Moore in the Honda at 29. And that is the grid. We're missing a couple. But that is the grid. We're good to go. We are
29
good to
for
go.
a race start. That's sizable.
It is sizable. So the picture quality on the full replay screen, guys, will not be as clear. It's just Discord, just the way it works. So we can only work with what we got, you know. And the side by side, not quite sure what.
You think that I would like pay for Discord Nitro? Oh wait, I do. And you're supposed to get like better quality.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you don't.
I have it as well. Yeah. So Daha Mosley leading the way for the first time this season.
Yeah, we have a new, I guess you'd call him pack leader. So for anybody who doesn't know, we don't use the widget. So these guys are going to kind of set a pace. And everybody's going to go around and they're going to stack back up in the last third of the lap. So people can, warm their tires. You can try to keep a little bit of heat in them instead of doing like whatever 40 kilometers an hour that the game typically makes you do. But for anybody who, may not be used to that, like leading the pack around the first time is kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Nah.
Absolutely.
Just send it.
Well, the other thing is, I don't believe that they're not in our Discord. They're probably in a Discord together. And we also have a bit of a language barrier there. So I'm sure that they are, conveying everything and getting everything, correct. So, but right about now, they should be slowing down to back everybody up.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty spread out right now.
Yep.
Yeah, some gaps won't be too worried about, I shouldn't think, just to give themselves some room. But here we go as we double up going into the last corner. As Daha will be on the inside into turn 1.
So Deadpool on the number of drive-throughs after the race starts.
Well, that's the great thing about using the widget is you don't get a penalty for starting out of position.
Green light. Go, go,
Very
go.
true. We are green at Donington Park for round 3, and there's going to be contact between the leader as he tried to open up that corner a little bit. Little door bang. Everyone survived. It's going to back up the field a touch. But it's green flags.
Yeah, a bit of contact between the leading Ferraris going into turn 1.
Oh man, Moses just
Yeah,
barely making it through, man. Touch of grass on the outside, going downhill, and just manages to keep the car
we
off the track somehow.
Contact at the back. Bruce Hopkins is facing the wrong way. And unfortunately for Bruce, he will have to rejoin and continue on. It is frantic, as always, at the start here. Mosley drops from P2 to P4. So Heesh and Moses up.
He got kind of out of line and going down the hill, and Moses went up his inside and kind of, kept him to the outside.
Yeah, so Daher, Heesh, and Moses with some... well, Moses has Mosley behind him, but Heesh and Daher got away, and they have about a second gap to work with, so...
Yeah, Carl going up the inside of Galbinski there, up into P5, so Carl making some moves early.
Makes a moves across to get his line open for the last hairpin. Back onto the straight. We're at the end of lap 1. All things considered, fairly clean. There is some contact further back in the field there between, looks like perhaps a Ferrari and a Nissan, an AMG.
Yeah, we got Jose Guzman, and I believe that's Kyle Hezen side by side.
Yeah, Hezen running.
Kyle's going to get bullied
wide.
and is going to lose a couple spots here to Paremba as well.
Yeah, Paremba on the inside in the AMG. Ran into some issues in the first 2 rounds, looking for a cleaner race today. For a better finishing position. Currently sits P14. Carl Big putting pressure on Mosley now for P4 overall. And of course, Galbinski right behind him. Multi-tap racing represented all across the grid.
Yeah, looking at Joseph Savage, if you can, glued to the back end of Dylan Beveridge right now in the most disorienting car I've ever seen. So
had a little look at the inside, yeah.
Yep, giving him a look at Melbourne, glued to him, and then you got Jose Guzman right behind him in the Honda.
Yeah, just behind that, we had Ryan Cody make a move up the inside of Nicholas Harshbarger for P22. Nicholas going to have a look back, but Ryan's going to get a better exit.
Tiny contact maybe between the McLaren and the Nissan, but doesn't phase that Nissan's rear end one iota. Joey Melitti looking to make a move on Moffat here in a Honda versus Mustang showdown. Coming down the hill. Joey taking a little bit of grass. It's going to make it quite shallow through that left-hander.
Joey just filling the Honda's contract to mow.
Indeed. Around that little wiggle of the back end as well. I'm sure the Honda is a handful through some of these fast right-handers. We do have a yellow flag, number 60. That is Bruce in the grass.
Yeah, Bruce is on.
And I think teleported, and that may be it for Bruce. Maybe? Not sure. Cahoot. Looking at Nick Cahoot in that pink and yellow. Aston. Joining in this.
Carl under attack from Luis Castro. They were just side by side. Ooh, that's going to be a dive from Neto in the BMW.
On the
now
inside
it's a
of
BMW
Luis.
Aston drag race.
Yeah, Galbinski did get past Carl as well, so maybe Carl had a moment.
Yeah, he might have through the chicane or something like that.
I mean, it would track with the Audi.
So Neto off track on the exit of Redgate is going to lose 2 positions now.
Indeed, and Bruno and Louise will pick up the fight. Oh, that Beamer running, Neto's Beamer running really wide onto the grass. That'll put him under pressure from Lukey in the Porsche. Has to go the long way around on the outside.
Oh, it's still there on the inside.
There's going to be some contacts.
A little bit of door touch.
Yeah, a little
I
door
think that's
bang.
okay. Oh, he's gonna get a bit of a flash.
Oh, and there's gonna be another one. And this
All right,
Porsche,
boys.
Porsche versus
Relax.
Beamer, and we've got a Honda that's joining this. Has to move across as the Beamer loops.
Yeah, that's Jose Guzman looking to pick up 2 here.
Yeah, and Jose will not be shy about getting his nose into this fight either.
Yeah, I was thinking like him being on the rumble strips right when he was getting ready to start braking. I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, he's about to end up in the back end of that Porsche.
Yeah, Joby Savage up the
Oh,
inside.
Joby making a move. It's a deep
Oh, he had to-
move and
he had to-
pulls it off.
Had to park it, and Parimba had to park behind him as well.
He did it.
Yeah.
Hasn't allowed Jose to get maybe a slightly better exit. They're going to be side by side through the last hairpin. Parimba now having a look on the inside as Joby runs a little deep again in the Aston, and Jose back in front of Joby. And Joby will have to reset and do that all over again.
Yeah, Gold drivers are putting on a bit of a show here.
The Carlos Guzman further back in the field making moves. Goes past Miller. And Barrett back out there. Great to see. Barrett did make it back in time for the start of the race, so good stuff.
Yeah, we got Bruno who's catching Luis for P7.
I got
Luis is falling off the back of Carl.
we got Heslin and Beveridge fighting right now. Mustang and Nissan.
Oh, that is a big moment for Carlos Guzman as he collected 2. I think he touched Barrett. And
Oh,
somebody else.
It's that purple Honda.
Austin Wall. Or no, Landon Wall, I'm sorry.
It is Landon Wall, yeah. Unfortunate. Let me know if you want to switch to replay.
I don't think so.
Okay, no problem. So Haslin continuing on. Joseph German's got past Haslin there. So in the fray, it's just frantic action. There's passes being made all over. Jose Guzman got past Joby at the last corner. I don't think this fight is over. A little blink there by Jose. Joby having a look. Parimba sitting behind these two. Well, maybe just waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm
Nick
going
Mosley.
for Parimba in this one.
Yeah.
Mosley
Get
and
a good
Moses
result.
are going to come together. Mosley's off. Carl has to ditch out to avoid.
Oh yeah.
Mosley is facing the wrong direction on corner exit.
Oh.
Oh, he's going to get hit by German. Oh,
Damn.
no.
That is a big one. That is a big one.
Aim for the back of the car, boys.
Carl definitely suffered at the hands of whatever happened there. He's dropped down to 10th place, so he's lost a bunch of positions. And this is Donington.
Carl was one of the first ones that came across the car backwards as it came to rest on the corner exit, and he went left to the grass to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah, Parimba, with all that happening, Parimba now is having a look at Joby Savage, because Jose Guzman's moved up ahead of Carl with whatever went down there. Obviously, we were trying to keep track, but it is chaotic at Donington as always.
Is like Mercury in retrograde or something like that? What is going on today?
That's just Donington. You got big cars on a small track. It's narrow.
It is indeed. So Parimba with Beveridge right behind him, and Joby Savage in that white Aston leading this group. We'll keep an eye here because this has been close already. Jose Guzman giving a little flash to Neto ahead of him. These two have already been side by side a couple of times.
So up at the front, Gabriel Daher, a 1.8 second lead. It was almost 3 seconds earlier, but Zach Heish is keeping in touch. And then there's about a 4-second gap between P2 and P3.
Yeah, I feel like he should be really happy, guys, because, I mean, he's looked really strong in the first 2 rounds of the season. He didn't perhaps finish as high in qualification here as we thought he might, but he's got himself up into second with everything that's happened. And
I'm gonna keep an eye on that gap because it's come down quite a bit. So we might have a race for the lead before long.
Carl moving back through the field on the inside of Jose Guzman on the exit of Melbourne, but Jose's going to have the inside line going into the final hairpin.
Carl trying to
Carl
switch
gonna
back.
try the over-under.
Not going to get it. We'll tuck in behind the Honda. And that Audi, I assume if the Audi gets a good turn one, it's probably pretty quick down the hill. But probably quite deadly at the right-hander in the wrong hands.
Joby on the curb again on the exit of turn one. And that's going to allow Paremba to get right up behind him again.
Oh, Carl having a little wobble. That's that dirty air behind the Honda, and that's what I mean. That fast right-hander is probably a real handful in an Audi. And it's allowed Joby and Matt Paremba to sneak on by Carl. So just Audi things, I think, there, guys.
I mean, the Audi is a death trap, and you have to drive it with like TC1 or TC0 for it to be fast.
Yeah, and then Dylan Beveridge also has taken advantage of that in the Stang. He's alongside Carl Big now, and there's Heslin in the Nissan GTR also.
Carl, a little bit later on the brakes, is going to retain that position.
Yeah, nicely done. Further back in the field, we've got Kahoot behind that group that we've been looking at, so not that far back. Kahoot's got Moffat behind him and the Mustang, a nice group of different manufacturers represented here.
Constantina around here is wild. Going into the final two hairpins, it's just like watching cars just basically like accordion themselves over and over again.
Yeah, you gain so much time, and then you have to brake so hard because the guy in front of you is not moving. And then you just immediately lose all that time again.
That's what kind of has allowed Daher and Heish to like kind of be in a race all on their own.
Yeah, indeed. Louis Castro doing his best to catch up to Moses in P4. He's got the gap to just under a second now. That's Aston versus Aston. And Bruno Castaldini in that Bentley. Not far behind Louis as well. So yeah, Bruno having a good show so far in the Bentley. Lukey P7 right now. So yeah, I think he'll be pretty happy with that as well.
Yeah, Bruno's first racing gold. Currently sitting P4.
Butcher Pete in chat says, was that start as bad as you think it was? This is Nick Mosley. Well, first of all, hello, Nick. Yeah, we saw you were facing backwards at some point there. I think the start was okay. There was just
a few incidents that we saw.
A little
we had
door
that
bang.
incident into T1 that we'll have to take a look at.
Yeah, we'll be reviewing it during our penalty review process during the week, and we'll hand it out.
We look at every incident. Yeah, we're up to 16 so far.
Yes, we have 25 drivers remaining, so we have lost 5 since race start. Fairly high rate of attrition inside 14 minutes. But yeah, well, as you pointed out, Donington can be chaotic.
Yeah, Luis Castro is now in touch with Chris Moses. Aston on Aston.
Kim coming in with the 3-month sub. Thank you. Hello to you. Hope you're having a good evening.
And what's the word from the 8 garage?
Probably not thrilled. He's down in P12 now after all that. The Audi looks like a right handful here.
Is he white knuckling the steering wheel?
And is the steering wheel going to be powdered? Like, is he going to like release his grip and it's just going to turn to ash?
Right.
It's a good 3-way battle here for P4 overall. Moses, Castro, Castaldini. As the field starts to spread finally, although saying that, we've still got 2 big groups of like 5 or 6 cars together. one of which is led by Joby, and he's got Paremba big behind him. And then the other
we've
group.
Yeah, Dylan Beveridge, Kyle Heslin, Nick Kohout, Buff, and then Joey Melidi is just a little bit behind there.
Wait a minute, why do you blame me, Tim? He's having a rough day. Why would that be my fault? Come on now. Because of Bathurst, no doubt. I know that's going to be the reason. Neto, we saw him and Lukey going toe to toe.
The sand.
Yeah, the Porsche taking a lot of sand. That's going to open the door for the BMW of Neto.
Watch out for Jose Guzman trying to sneak up in here as well.
Jose with an absolute send from downtown in the Honda there. But they made it through. And Lukey will look to get a good exit. Tucks in behind Jose Guzman. Joby watching this with a view to joining in.
Nick Kohout has gone to work on the back end of Kyle Heslin's Nissan. Just looking at every opportunity to stick his nose in.
Yeah, this is gonna get spicy here. We got Porsche flashing behind Jose. Jose with that move, and Joby watching this with keen interest. It starts to put Lukey's Porsche under pressure as well.
Yeah,
oh, there's contact between Jose and Neto, and Lukey touched him as well. But stays on. Neto rejoins, just missing the back of Lukey's Porsche. And Jose came off worse.
A little scary.
Some spicy racing out there. And that's allowed Carl to join in with this as well now. He's going to put Lukey under pressure on the inside. Same corner.
Look, I think Neto's going to stick his nose in there as well.
Yeah, Neto and Lukey. And then Jose. So Jose lost out the most with that. And he'll have to start all over again. Paremba. Oh, there's a turn by Neto. Oh,
that's going to be a bit of a... Yeah, there's like 6 cars lined up there.
Oh, my word, yeah. And
I believe Muff got included in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lukey got hit multiple times and is now facing the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's...
Fellas, can we stop running into the back of each other's cars?
That... Neto got to continue on as well, but I do feel like this is his first race with us, so he may be getting a visit from the penalty team.
The book will be thrown.
Yeah.
Bruno having a look at Luis Castro for P5.
Yeah,
they were side by side.
These two have been going at it a while. Moses has inched away.
Luis does have his blinker on. So he is aroused. Yeah, well, are you familiar with that?
I've heard.
That urban myth?
Heard stories.
You've heard stories. Good. So Harshbarger, the only man to have pit so far, so driving in clean air right now. We'll see where he rejoins in the field, but that McLaren was caught up in something earlier, I believe. So his pit stop done. Neto, who has been involved in a lot of the action so far, is now racing against the AMG of Matt Paremba. And then a group behind them, led by Heslin. You've got Nick Cahoot, Dylan Beveridge, and Jose Guzman, obviously trying to work his way back up through the field.
Yeah, all of these guys were affected by the Jose Guzman Edo incident. Dylan Beveridge lost quite a few spots because he had to go through the grass to avoid it, and lost out to Nick Kohout. They're just all nose to tail, just jammed up together.
It's just when the field starts to stretch out like that, you get these. It kind of creates a weird like effect where you end up with like these pockets of
I flicked over
which
to
for me makes it exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's
So-
exciting. You got like 5 or 6 guys that just can't get away from each other. Like one guy will make a move, and then there's a bit of a touch, or they have an off, or like Jose there, you almost lose the back end of the car, and then you're right back with that group again. You're like, man, I just passed these guys.
And we have Lukey in the chat as well now. So yeah, Lukey,
Yeah.
unfortunate we saw. So Arlen Santos, I flipped back to him. He was running, just went off in the grass and had lost the position to Moffat. And then he's now under pressure from our boy Miller in the Rocket League BMW.
Nick Kohout, big brain strat, is going to get out of the middle of that pack and go pit.
Yeah, the thing
Oh,
is,
there it
though,
is.
is that I think with the way the cars are distributed right now, I'm kind of curious if he's going to find clear air anywhere.
I mean, racing with 1 or 2 other cars is better than being in a pack of, because he was stuck right in the middle of that pack of like 7 cars.
Yeah.
And he was constantly having to check up behind, the Nissan or somebody like that, and just couldn't make a move because, the Nissan is so fast in a straight line. And so just get out of there, get some clean air.
I've got Patrick Amon in the 820 Ferrari. He was involved in a lot of moves last week at Silverstone, and he's got Joey Melidi in front of him right now, putting him under pressure.
So 32.7 second pit stop for Nick Kohout.
Yeah, and he is out in some clean air, actually, as it stands.
He did manage to get into some clear air. So
Here's the
time to make
move.
hay while the sun is not shining in very overcast Donington.
Eamon looked at making a move into the hairpin. Melidi held it off and gets around the last corner. Eamon's going to tuck in again behind the Honda of Joey Melidi. Let's see if he can set something up for elsewhere in the lap. Honda getting out.
Kyle Heslin, the next one to dive into the pits to get out of that group.
Indeed,
I'm
is
kind of curious if the run long strat would have been like really good early on, like pit at like 45 minutes or something. Try and take as much fuel as you can and then go.
Yeah, I think Harshbarger did that, but not by choice. Maybe we'll see.
Joby with the drive-through.
Oh,
That's going to be
Track limits.
Is he going to Alta for that? He drove into the grass to let Carl by.
that's something we didn't talk about much here at Donny is track limit. So a drive-through penalty for the Aston Martin of Joby Savage. That is unfortunate. Eamon looking to put Joey under pressure again. Same place he did last time. Seems to have a better run out of the S's. This time Joey holds the inside line and Eamon will try the outside. Really nicely defended by Joey Melidi, it has to be said there. Moves over, defends the inside of the hairpin.
He does go to Academy.
He does go to... Oh, Joey dives in the pits right there as well. Funk as well, opting to go in right behind, as you can see. And there's Joby coming through the pit lane doing his drive-through. Getting that out the way. So
That sucks for Joby because he had made up quite a few spots. He was, what, P7?
Yeah, he was P7 when he pitted.
Indeed. Luis Castro with Bruno still there as well, but Luis has got off of the front of Bruno's car and now is dealing with the back of Moses's car. So these three have been in a battle for about 25 minutes. You love to see it.
Moses a bit wide into the grass on exit. Luis is going to look, but he's not going to lunge there. Just biding his time, keeping him under pressure, waiting for the mistake.
Bruno dives in.
At the... Oh, we have a car backwards on the exit of turn 1.
That is a 43.
Yeah, that is Nicholas Harshbarger.
Oh.
He's going to get going right in front of this battle between Moses and Castro.
Ooh,
That almost
It-
ended in tears.
understeer into oversteer.
I was in cam 1 for that, and I just saw the front end of that McLaren come across the screen. That was yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, Bruno, Joby. Oh, Joby's still in the pit. Bruno has pit. Muff has pit. So 34 minutes to go. People starting to make moves here. Luis showing the nose again. Chris Moses loose on exit.
And this is the kind of stuff that'll get you a drive-through penalty.
Yeah.
Just these kinds of track limits, especially at the S's. Notorious for triggering drive-throughs.
Our leader, Gabriel Daher, into the pits.
Indeed. So Daher, a fairly trouble-free race, apart from the door-to-door contact that will be reviewed at turn 1. But yeah, apart from that, trouble-free for him so far. These two Astons continue to fight. We have Dylan Beveridge in the Mustang. He had Neto ahead of him, dived into the pits, and now Beveridge will go through and move up to P7 with Jose Guzman right behind him.
Oh, Chris Moses with a huge slide. Amazing catch there. He drifted the entire corner. I mean, he came down the hill and turned right and was basically full counter steer the entire way to the corner.
Good on Luis to not go into the side of him as the car was starting to slip.
We have a redemption for a one-lap driver on board with Luis Castro when he gets to the line.
Let's do that. And well, this is your moment. We're gonna
Let's do it.
we're gonna get you to.
Can you hook me up with the cockpit cam there, Chris? Yes, sir. You better not pit. That'd be great though. It'd be
Luis,
great,
if you're
though.
watching,
You know what to do.
You know what to do, yeah. That would be hilarious. I mean, he's in a hell of a battle. I'm going to switch to him now. Go, take it away.
All right, so starting the lap here at Donington. On the brakes, on pit exit. Stays behind Moses as they go through Redgate Corner. Oh, lots of rear end sliding, just torturing the back tires of this Aston Martin, going through Hollywood downhill now. Getting ready to go through Crater Curves. And then finally at the old hairpin, this is an area where we've seen a lot of trouble from the Audi from Carl Big earlier in this race. Under what was Starkey's Bridge, but there's no bridge there anymore. And then on the brakes at McLean, and this is where I was talking about before, this is an opportunity for people to pass if they get really brave on the inside. And then Coppice, let's see if he goes deep into the corner, keeping it conservative, trying to get on the power early. Now, we've got the S's in front of us. We've definitely seen a few people try to be brave, and this is probably an area where we've seen a lot of people getting track limits violations. He's trying to keep it close to Moses as they go into the first of the twin hairpins. Melbourne, oh, Moses deep into the corner, looses the back end, trying to get the turbo lag to go away as he exits, and now into Goddard's. This car is like four-wheel drifting. Moses is in the pits. Castro stays out, and that's a lap of Donington Raceway.
Love it. Beautifully done, as always. And we'll switch back over to Jose versus Dylan. Currently the closest battle on track, with people diving in the pits and whatnot. It's all settled down. Man, it's been...
Yeah.
Oh, Jose with a massive slide there, and that's going to cost him a bunch of time.
Yep.
At turn 1. And there's our fabled cameraman giving us another glimpse of that beautiful wall as Ryan Cody goes into the box.
I want to do a quick check-in on positions gained with the pit stops kind of coming to a bit of a conclusion already. I do see that it looks like Jose Guzman up 9 positions as of right now. I mean, there are still some front runners to cycle, so he's probably going to lose 1 position from Daher, maybe 1 from Moses. That probably would update to about 7 positions gained on the day. Am I crazy? Or do we have only 22 people left?
Yeah, we have 23 drivers.
Yep.
Whoa, that is some attrition.
Yeah.
And
We've had some unfortunate incidents today.
Luis Castro is facing the wrong direction on the start-finish straight.
Luis, no. He was having such a good race out there. He's back on track. He's going to tuck in behind Moffat's Mustang.
So yeah, that was unfortunate. I saw another one that
Ken, we started with like 29.
Or even 30, yeah. 30, I think.
This is gonna be a high attrition race. Also want to shout out the fastest lap right now at 26.662 from Daher.
Yep.
Fastest lap of the race so far. That is a blinder.
Daher and teammate Galbinski are going to be net P1 and 2 here still. Flying the flag for multi-tap racing today at Donington.
Right now, trying to see if we've got any other close fights to really talk about. I mean, the closest stuff we've got going on right now is between was David Miller. Now it's going to be Ryan Cody and
Funk, Eamon.
David Funk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a 4-car train starting up here.
Yeah, Brian leading the way. Brian has pit.
Heish is in the pits. Over to him real quick.
Yeah,
Pull
so
up the track
Heish.
map just so I can see where.
Yeah, Ryan
Where-
Cody, nice quiet race. Currently running P2 in silver. And that means that Patrick Amon is currently P3 in silver. With Nick Kohout leading the way.
He's still stationary.
I mean, look at Nick Kohout. Pit early out of that battle. Nobody within 5 seconds of him.
Yeah, clear air can just concentrate and try to put clean
hammer
laps
out
down.
laps.
Yeah.
So Daher and Galbinski get around Heish on the pit stop. But it does, we're still waiting for the data to update and tell us like how far behind Heish is. Looks like about 2.5, 2.6.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah, there is Heish there. And ahead of him, the Ferrari of Eduardo Galbinski in the number 23 car. And Daher with a 1.8 second lead. And yeah, a pretty good drive from Daher today so far.
Now here's my question, because we had multi-tap racing in the Twitch chat earlier. If Galbinski catches Daher, are they free to race each other? Is there team orders going on? Is it like, man, Daher's led the whole race, just tucking behind him, let's pick up a 1-2? Or do you let the boys go?
I got Eamon putting Ryan Cody under all sorts of pressure here in silver. This is for podium positions 2 and 3 in silver, with Funk sitting just behind them in a different split, but will be racing nonetheless. Ryan holds off the attack in sector 2, and that Nissan raced away on the straight. I feel like the Ferrari's definitely got the advantage in the twisty turny parts of the track here.
One quick update with the pit stops. Dylan Beveridge comes out P7 ahead of Matt Paremba, who is in front of Nick Kohout.
Yeah, it's all very closer. And Luis Castro, after his incident, trying to get back.
Drive-through for the 999 car.
Yep, that's Neto.
It's
Neto.
going to be track limits in the chicane.
Indeed, Funk, Eamon, Cody. This battle nice and close. Kahoot and Castro, Paremba and Beveridge as well are the groupings right now.
Oh, Eamon's gonna run deep off into the grass.
Yep, and that is
Rejoins okay.
that's gonna be a setback for him.
It's going to give Cody some breathing room, but David Funk going to take advantage of that. And actually, Kyle Heslin now all over the back end
Yeah, this is
of Eamon.
Oh,
and they
and this
touch.
contact.
that was ambitious.
Ambitious indeed from the
Gonna
Nissan.
have Joey Milady to scoot by as well.
Right there, Coppice. I'm telling you, the uphill braking can get people trapped into a false sense of security.
Yeah, the 7 through 10 have started to close up here. Nick Kohout, the lone silver in this group of 4 cars, with Luis Castro behind him.
So last lap times from Paremba, only 800s a second difference.
Gabriel Daher just put down a 26.1 his last lap.
Yeah, that's gonna update his best lap and
Dude is
crush.
scooting.
Yeah. Just to talk about lap times real quick, Carl Big last lap 26.7, running P6 right now behind Chris Moses.
Nice.
He's
yeah.
running a 27.147.
Yeah, so Carl looking to catch the P5 car of Moses. Carl did obviously get caught up in some stuff and had a wobble of his own, I believe. Louis Castro putting Nick Cahoot under pressure. Different split, but both in the Aston, both good drivers.
3/10 difference on pace right now between Castro and Kohout.
I suspect Nick won't fight too hard if Luis makes a move, but until then,
Yeah, he's not going to let you go, but
Yeah.
he's probably not going to fight him.
yeah, exactly.
But he is, Ryan Cody's probably 6-7 seconds back. So he doesn't want to get into a battle and get slowed down and fall back into the hands of Ryan. So,
Exactly.
if Luis has a look, let him go.
Yeah, speaking of Ryan.
Moses in the grass on the exit of Redgate. Going to give Paremba an opportunity to maybe get a little bit closer before they go into the old hairpin.
Yeah, it's Dylan Beveridge in the Mustang.
Oh, excuse me, Dylan Beveridge, yeah.
Both are in. Moses is in a very similar color Aston, so
Yeah,
it
orange.
had me confused as well. Paremba all over the back of that Mustang right now. Currently P8 and looking for P7.
Well, the Mustang drivers were complaining about the tires last week at Silverstone. They said they could get about 5 or 6 good laps out of them, and then they felt like you were driving a brick. So I wonder if Dylan Beveridge is having tire issues today. Luis Castro's gonna have a look.
At a track like Donington, I think you have to assume that the tire wear is going to be worse for the Ford if it was bad at Silverstone.
Luis had a look and got it done there. Nicely done by Luis.
It gave him the room up the inside, made it easy.
Indeed.
Given the downhill nature at Donington, the fronts are just going to get completely trashed.
Oh yeah.
Indeed, yeah, that was really convenient of the guys to do that move in the background as I was looking at Paremba and Beveridge, so that was all perfectly planned.
Part of L plan.
Yeah. Yeah, so Paremba's still working away at the Mustang. Dylan, I've raced with Dylan many times, and will not be an easy task.
Luis goes a little bit wide on the exit of the old hairpin. I'm also kind of curious if people are getting some track limits warning with the old hairpin, like taking it too far to the outside but maintaining the speed, not giving up enough time.
We have another admin battle brewing for P12.
Yeah, Funk and
between
Cody.
Ryan and Funk. Man, look at the pull away speed of that GTR. Just sad Lambo noises.
Yeah, what a beautiful car the GTR is, though. Look at it. Just look at it. And one of my favorite liveries out there, the Sega gaming livery of Ryan Cody.
The close fights on track to watch. Guzman and Kohout, and then, I mean, next closest fights are between Paremba, Beveridge, Castro, only 1 second back from that battle. He's creeping.
Yeah, Carl Biggs' lap times have sped up Moses there, and you see Moses with a 26.9 last lap. So Carl's still a little quicker, but Moses has stepped it up, and he can probably see that Audi gaining in the mirror. Carl's knocked about 1.5 seconds off in the last 3 laps.
Yeah, so he's got maybe, you know, like he might have enough time to make it spicy here at the end, but he's gonna have to find a little bit more pace, I think, if he wants to try and get the move done a little bit sooner. But
on Jose Guzman, his last lap at 26.675.
Yeah.
He's about half a full second faster than all 4 of the cars in front of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's got Nick Cahoot to work around now. I mean, Jose's had an eventful race, so he's worked his way up and then gone back down again at least once, maybe twice. So it's that time to jump.
Just flash Nick to convey his intentions that I'm not going to stick around here for very long.
Yeah, well, of course, it is a Honda, though, so ultimately the Honda will decide.
Yeah, he could make a clean overtake. He could mow the grass coming down the hill. You just never know.
You
with a
just
Honda.
don't know, yeah. It just always looks to me like it's teetering on the edge of oblivion.
yeah,
If you
just waiting
if you,
for the VTEC to kick in.
Yeah.
if you lift in the wrong spot or if you touch the brakes in the wrong spot, the car will just absolutely kill you.
Yeah,
Nick is going to have a little bit of a slide here.
a little bit. Oh, nicely rejoined. It's going to allow Jose to get up the inside. Nick won't fight it after running a little
Dylan-
wide.
Dylan
Yeah,
Beveridge and
Dylan,
Castro side by side.
Dylan had a moment on
yeah.
the exit of McLean, went too deep into the grass. Paremba snuck up the inside, and then Luis Castro moved in alongside. Now Dylan's got the Aston Martin in his rear view.
Yeah, so Dylan down one spot there. Paremba making his way through.
Jose almost in the back of Luis, has to
Yep,
ditch out.
yep. That was almost a guided missile right there.
That was the VTEC.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Object
The car was
fixation.
basically like the car was basically like dual overhead cams, and then just immediately got to throw the anchors out so that he doesn't end someone's life.
Yeah, so we'll see if Jose can catch Luis now. Luis's last lap at 28.6. Obviously, lots of fighting and to and fro going on between this group. Funk still working away at Ryan Cody, and Heslin, after a moment earlier on, slowly catching up to Joey Melidi.
Joey very quietly hanging onto that last podium spot for silver.
Indeed. Yeah. Very quietly, sure. So Ryan Cody 5 seconds back from Cahoot now, who does not have a buffer anymore. So Ryan will be looking, actually Cahoot getting caught up in that traffic slowed him down by a couple of seconds last lap. So yeah, work to do for both those drivers. Luis with Jose right behind him. Jose going deep on the brakes once again in the Honda. Rally Master Dylan. Oh, Jose super close again to the back of Luis's Aston, and
He's been getting so close to the back of everybody's cars in that hairpin.
The little flash of the lights, but Luis is not going to make it easy for you. Your same split.
Yep, Luis has turned his other blinker on. So we've gone from left blinker to right blinker.
I don't know what that means. Does anyone speak Luis in chat?
I mean, like aroused but hateful? I don't know.
Maybe.
Like,
or is he just gone from aroused to fully not aroused anymore?
I mean, I would assume no lights is
Right.
kind of the neutral state, but
So the left side of his car says flashing light indicates Ligma, because he is the Ligma Awareness Society driver.
That's right.
The right signal doesn't say anything, so it's up to interpretation.
Yep.
Oh, is
it's
they
an
going to have a look
exercise
here?
for the reader.
It's going to be an inside move in the Honda. Luis gives him enough room. And Jose gets the move done. Nicely done from Jose Guzman.
Yeah, 26.885 last lap for Jose, so he's got quite a bit of pace in that Honda.
Yes, he does.
With 13 and a half minutes, I'm looking at Zach Heish, 26.605 last lap to Galbinski's 26.9. So maybe.
Maybe that last lap was invalid, so it'd be interesting to know how many track warnings he's on.
Yep.
If any.
That's something I wish that race control would show.
Yeah, me too. Me too. 21 drivers remaining with 12, well, just under 13 minutes to go. We started with a grid of 30. So we're down 9 drivers.
It's been
9
a bit
souls
of a
no
rough one.
longer with us.
It's all right. Funk has crept towards Ryan by another couple of tenths. Funk with the 27.5, Ryan with the 27.6. So Funk reeling him in.
Dylan now under pressure from
Yeah.
Jose. 3/10 delta between the two of them.
Dylan, defensive line.
That's a touch. That's a touch.
Yeah.
At least one, maybe two.
Calm down,
That's
Jose.
That's a touch of the hiney.
Luckily, that Mustang. Is that another one? Maybe? I don't know. There's some rubber banding, I feel like, there, maybe, as well.
Oh, I think it's mostly Constantina. I think it's like
Yeah.
the Honda, Chad Honda doesn't want to slow down that much in hairpin.
Yeah, I don't know what Jose is doing, but he is quite a bit faster than everybody around him through the hairpins.
Yeah. Flashing his lights. Goes really wide, takes some grass. That's going to open the door for Luis, maybe.
Here comes Luis.
Oh,
Luis
into
gonna have a look.
McLean. This is where we saw things go weird for Dylan last time.
On the left side, Luis is still there. Jose, I think he got a little bit loose there.
I think so, yeah. Luis swept from outside to inside really nicely there and takes the position back. So Luis back into P9. Game on between these two with 11 minutes to go.
The Honda giveth and the Honda taketh away.
Somebody we haven't talked about since the drive-through penalty, Joby now. P16, 2.3 back from Heslin.
Yeah, Joby unfortunate with that drive-through. He's got decent pace out there and is trying to work his way back up the field. As you say, Heslin in front of him and then Joey. So keep an eye on that. This Beveridge, Castro, and Guzman contest will continue. Nick Cahoot just behind there, just trying to keep it nice and steady. Ryan Cody 5.4 seconds back. So Nick Cahoot's extended his lead of silver by about half a second.
And Joby has a front row seat for the battle for the bottom step of the silver podium. Joey's last lap at 27.882, Kyle Heslin at 27.855, so they're lapping pretty much the same pace.
Heslin a little wide on the exit of Red Gate. Probably not going to help him catch up to Melody in the Chad Honda.
Yeah, he's got to use that Nissan for all of its strengths.
Which are...
Just straight line, I believe.
Yeah, in straight
Oh, I was
line,
going to say squarish shape, but
it's also aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I mean, that Honda seems strong in the corner, especially these hairpins, as Jose has been showing throughout this race. Yeah, currently.
same for the Ferrari, right? Like with the Honda and the Ferrari seem like they
Yeah.
have really good aero compliance around here.
Yeah, Luis is pulling away from Jose again, so I wonder if Jose just maybe overdriving a little, like just trying to get that position back. Maybe hard to say, but we know he's got really good pace around here. Seen it all day long.
Dylan Beveridge, 27-1 last lap. That's his personal best of the race so far.
Yep. Closing in on Bremba.
I'm happy to see Bremba have a bit of a quieter race today.
Yeah.
I know he's had a couple incidents the last 2 rounds, so a good showing from him today.
You know I'm going to pull for him. He's former
That's for
949.
As Luis,
Going to put Beveridge under pressure. I think Dylan will have the run into the S's. That Mustang,
Yep.
able to keep the lead down the straight, but it's all coming in shallow to the chicane like that.
Is a bit of compromise from Luis, and that's going to bring Jose in.
yeah, as Dylan, you just gotta hope that you can back Luis into Jose and have them fight. Although Dylan super
That's not going to
deep,
do it.
and Luis followed him.
Yeah, and Jose's going to have a look now on the inside. I'm not sure if he's going to get there before the corner. No, Luis is going to move across, cover off the racing line into turn 1. And if you get turn 1 right, especially when you're in a battle, it can really lead to good things.
Don't think that worked out for Luis, though. I
didn't.
think might have
Or
scrubbed a bit too much speed, and Jose almost went into the back of
I
him.
say he took a lot of inside curb, but coming down the hill, kind of kicked the car over a little bit.
I like this battle between Beveridge, Jose, and Luis. I think it's the mid pack, man. Always spicy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been pretty clean, pretty respectful. You know, there's been some overtakes and, you know, a little bit of a wobble, and you get your spot taken back.
And Luis having
gonna
a
have a look.
yes.
again.
So that Aston seems a lot more comfortable through the chicane. It's forcing Dylan to defend the inside into the first of the 2 hairpins that complete the lap.
I kind of suspect that the Aston might struggle through the twin hairpins because of the turbo lag, but Luis is keeping with the Mustang.
Indeed, yeah. Joby has climbed in front of Haslin.
Yeah, I think Kyle had a moment through the chicane. And I think Joby had to avoid him because when I clicked over, Joby was off track in the grass going around Kyle.
P6, as you suspected. Well, Carl Big has indeed caught up to Moses and is within half a second of that Aston Martin.
Yep.
Carl obviously caught up in some things earlier in the race, but has kept it fairly quiet since the pit stop, and it's catching P5. Our front 3, we haven't really checked in with them for a while, but Daher leads by 2.8 seconds over Galbinski, his multi-tep racing teammate, and Zach Heish with a nice quiet race got himself in P3 at the moment, looking at another podium finish for Heish. Guzman now with the potential chance to make a move into the hairpin on Luis. This is where he got him last time, and it's going to be deja vu for Luis as that Honda takes the inside.
Can he stay along the inside for the final hairpin.
It's going to be close. Jose leaves in the room. Nicely done from the two of them. And they're going to be side by side into turn one, I think, as well.
Oh, Luis is going to keep him over there. He's going to force him into the shallow line.
Little door bang. Luis comes all the way out to get the line, but the Honda stays right there. They're going to come together again with the door bang. And the Honda not intimidated by the Aston there. Guzman takes the position from Luis once more. That's the second time. And Jose with great pace here. Let's see if he can have another crack at Dylan with 4 minutes to go. Oh, that's a little drift from the Honda of Guzman there. It's going to open the door for Luis again, and this battle rages on.
Another invalid lap from Gabriel Daher this time. I'm kind of curious, like, how many track cuts people up at the front might be sitting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gabriel with a 3-second lead, and he's still pushing because his last lap was a 26.7.
Yeah.
So he's not let up at all.
Jose and Luis went side by side through the hairpin into the last corner. Luis got the position back, so what a fight these two are having. It's been fantastic. Joby getting around Heslin again, so they must have traded places once more.
Yeah, so Joby, I believe, got the position off track and gave it back to Kyle, and now they're racing each other.
And then Joby with the over/under there in the last hairpin did a
bit of flash from Kyle there.
Nice move. And this wobbling about. They're having a good battle though. Jose and Luis still the closest battle. It's allowing Dylan to sneak off. 2-second lead.
Yeah, we got a lap car here coming up. That's an Aston as well. I believe that's Roland Santos.
Yes, yeah, Dylan got around. Now Luis will go, as will we see the lift from Santos? Yes, I think we will.
Beautifully done by Santos there.
Really nicely done.
Off the racing line of a lift.
Got less than a half second between Carl Big and Chris Moses. We get into probably the penultimate lap of the race.
Yeah, Carl looking to get an extra wide entry into T1. It's not going to help much. Aston, obviously, Aston seems decent here.
I just feel like it's a car that you can kind of like, I don't know, from what I've seen from the Aston drivers, it seems like it's a car that you can like use the characteristics of the track to your advantage. Like you can hit the curves, you can be aggressive, and the car seems pretty stable.
Yeah.
In most circumstances. Whereas like that, like the Audi or the Honda, it feels like it's fast, but it also feels on a knife edge.
Yeah, I mean, we had Blaine Hall, when he drove with us last, he drove the Audi, and he was insanely fast in that car. And he would constantly say, like, you got to drive with TC0 to be able to get anything out of it. But he put on an absolute clinic. We did a Bathurst race, and he just disappeared into the distance.
Leader on the last lap, so Daher has had a great drive. The Guzman Castro battle appears to be over. There's about a second between them now, so it is Carl and Moses. This is for P5 overall. Can Carl make a move on what is the last lap of the race here at Donington in round 3?
Yeah, this will be for the gold podium as it stands right now, but I mean, Daher and Galbinski are going to be gold drivers as well, so they'll get a bunch of points, and then we'll take them away whenever we reshuffle everybody. A little bit of a wobble. Carl's going to have a look. Not going to send it there. Going to We have about 3 corners to go.
Further back, Funk did get around Ryan Cody. Different splits, so I'm guessing Ryan just didn't put up much of a fight.
Yeah, Ryan on a invalid lap, so he might have had a bit of a grass.
And he's running P2 in silver with no
Yeah, he's got a 7-second buffer.
So Gabriel Daha wins round 3 at Donington. A great drive from him. Galbinski, his multi-tap racing teammate, comes in at P2, and Zach Heish P3 in the Honda. So great drive from them. Bruno, first racing gold.
1, 2, and 4.
Yeah, P4.
Bruno.
Moses hangs on
stellar drive
to P5, and Carl Big will have to settle for P6. Paremba's going to take P7 with Beveridge P8 and Castro P9. Jose, an eventful race for Jose. He's going to come home and take P10. Nick Cahoot rounds the last corner and wins the silver split today. It's a great drive from Nick, and Ryan Cody will take P2 and a podium for your boy Joey Meliti. And he will cross the line and take P3 in silver.
I want a refund. Meliti promised death.
We didn't even kill Ryan or Joey by talking about him.
Indeed, Heston comes home P4 in silver, and Moffat, the last driver to complete his final lap, will be P5 in silver in the Stang. And that was... I need a nap now, guys. I feel...
Your brain overheating?
Oh, my God.
I feel bad for you not smoking anymore, Milo. Because you should be outside on the porch right now.
Day 11 without a smoke, guys. Day 11.
Congratulations,
man.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we working on it.
What a race, though, right?
Man, yeah, that was.
That race had everything. We had massive amounts of death. We had a lot of good overtakes. I mean, some of these guys battled for a solid hour.
Yeah, and the pace for multi-tap, right? Like Daher and Galbinski just off in the distance. Probably for me, like top drives. I mean, Castaldini and the Bentley getting inside the top 5, finishing P4 overall, and then you've got Dylan Beveridge, the top Ford, and then podiums from silver podium for Cody and Meliti. Good stuff, and it looks like you guys have got some more gold drivers on the way.
Yeah, it looks that way. I would pay to be just riding passenger seat in Dylan Beveridge's car, just watching everybody fight behind him, because he's just like, oh yes, please fight, just leave me alone, please fight.
Yep. That's a good show.
That was a hectic race. Chaotic was the word used and bandied about before the race started, and I think it lived up to that. Where are we for round 4 next week?
We are off next week because we will be in Road America.
Mm-hmm.
And then I knew it, but I looked away from it.
It looks like you guys are going to Barcelona.
No,
Valencia.
Valencia.
Spicy hot Valencia. I love Valencia. I like driving that track. It doesn't get a lot of love in ACC, but I, for one, really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, Valencia. I mean, you like track limits? I like track limits.
How many drive-throughs will we get? Luki says I would use another one.
I don't think we hit our quota for drive-throughs this week, so we'll get them next time.
Yeah, we should get them next time. All right, well, guys, that was round 3. Thank you for joining me, Chris and Phil. So good, as always. We'll catch you next week, guys. Have a great evening.
Yep. See you in 2 weeks.
Later, guys.
Every Sunday
for 60 minutes.
we
We
are
are
free.
free.
Sharing passion.
Pushing
We
the
are
limits.
pushing the limits. This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
From the twists and turns of mighty Mount Panorama to the cold green pastures of Donington Park. From the sizzling heat of Valencia to the famous Brickyard at Indianapolis. Reaching an unforgettable climax at the notorious green hell of the Nürburgring Nordschleife. It's time for Season 3 of the 2024 New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Join us live on Twitch, Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Drivers, start your engines.